ACC football kickoff is officially underway in beautiful Pinehurst, North Carolina, and Seminoles.com has all the coverage you need. I'm Lane Hurt, along with senior writer Tim Lenefelt. Tim, I think people learn very quickly just how confident guys like Jalen Ramsey and Roberto Aguayo are. We're going to listen to these sound bites, then hear what you got to say on the matter. Take a listen.
I never want to let my family down. That's honestly it. I don't ever want to let my family down, my teammates down. So I know that I'm doing everything in my power, working hard, doing everything in my power to be the best.
Personally, everyone out there thinks I'm the best, but still I have flaws that many of y'all might not know. And I go out, wake up every day to fix those things and just to be perfect. I hold myself to a high standard, and I always want to get the job done right.
Certainly two guys, for whatever the reasons, very confident in their abilities.
Well, pretty obvious reasons. I think it's kind of a unique thing. You have at the same place two of the absolute best players in the country at their respective positions. Roberto Aguayo, who I think nobody would argue is one of, if not the best kicker in college football and one of the best of all time. And then Jalen Ramsey, who of course is considered one of the best defensive backs at multiple positions, both cornerback, safety, and nickelback. Certainly a Thorpe Award candidate this year, All-American candidate. So to have those two in the same place, yeah, man, they know they're good. But I thought that they did a really nice job of sort of walking the line of confidence, but not overdoing it. A reporter asked both of them. A reporter asked Jalen Ramsey if he thought he was the best player in the country, and he sort of said, yes, I do, but not in the way that like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm the best. But like that's what I have to do. That's the mindset that I have to have in order to go out there and be who I am. And I think Roberto Aguayo is the same way. Look, especially as a kicker, if you go out there not believing in yourself, not believing that every field goal is a field goal you're going to make, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So I think those guys have really kind of mastered that mindset, mastered the ability to believe in themselves and have that translate onto the field.
Both Ramsey and Aguayo spent all day meeting with a variety of different media outlets, a lot of different topics discussed. Tim, what else really stuck out to you?
I thought it was just interesting to kind of hear them talk about their expectations for this season. Obviously, a lot of questions were asked about how, what Florida State was looking for going into this year, having lost so many draft picks, having lost their star quarterback, Jameis Winston. And a lot of the talk was like, look, we're still Florida State. We still have so much talent. And I think the quote from Jalen Ramsey that he said earlier was don't sleep on us. There's still plenty of talent. There's still plenty of belief there. And you could hear it also, from other players, just making the rounds a little bit. You heard players from Miami say, how difficult it was to lose to Florida State last year, how much they had put in to that game. You heard players from Clemson say that, regardless of what happened last year or who is in the NFL now, they still expect Florida State to be, right there leading the pack in the ACC Atlantic. So, the respect is still there and the belief is still there for FSU.
It's funny that you say that, Tim, because in the video room, both Georgia Tech and Clemson were asked directly, how do you get over that Florida State hump? And then on the flip side, we heard it in the video room, someone asked Jalen Ramsey, how's it going to be different this year, possibly being the hunter rather than the hunted? And he had something to say about that. Take another listen.
We go out there and play because, for our love of the game, for our love, for each other, to go out there, as a brotherhood and play the game that we all love. So, that's fine if people want to, say that we won't win the conference, won't be in the picture and things like that. That's completely fine because, when things like that do happen, it'll shock them.
The players did get to have a lot of fun today, got to do a lot of fun different things. We'll have some behind-the-scenes videos later on this week for that. Tim, give fans an idea of some of the things that Roberto and Jalen got to do.
It was kind of cool. At one point, they put on their television announcers' jackets and did play-by-play. They broke down the long touchdown, the Hail Mary from Jameis Winston to Kenny Shaw in 2013, and kind of put their own unique little spin on that. I got asked a variety of fun questions. I think maybe the one that stood out to me was Jalen Ramsey was asked who was the best dancer on the team, and as fate would have it, he said that, well, that's Roberto Aguayo, and you'll just have to wait and see on that. So a really cool thing. It was fun to kind of follow them around, and you really kind of get a sense. It's hard to see. So much of this content and video that is acquired here is spread out over the course of the season. But man, I really I kind of respect what those guys did. They get up early in the morning, and it really is, you hear the term car wash. I mean, that's what it is. You're basically just going down the hall. You got multiple radio interviews, and you go down to this TV, then you go down to that TV. There's bright lights, there's microphones, maybe a little bit of makeup here and there. It really is kind of an intense process, and I really, I think I kind of admire, both the Florida State guys and all the players from the ACC schools that kind of just, went along with it, because I think it's, not necessarily easy to be in that setting for so long. And I thought they did a really nice job.
And of course, a lot of the stuff Tim is talking about, Seminoles.com will have later in the week as we went behind the scenes with the Noles. And of course, tomorrow, the head coaches have their chance, and Jimbo Fisher will be here in Pinehurst. We'll have a video portion of his interview with the writers. He's set to begin at 8:15 a.m., bright and early for you Seminole fans. And of course, all the behind the scenes access, you can follow us on Snapchat at Seminoles_com, Twitter, Facebook, it's all there as Florida State continues ACC football kickoff. For Tim Lenefelt, I'm Lane Hurt. Go Noles.